Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monique and today I'm going to do my apartment tour. So if you like apartment tour, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you're subscribed already, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and comment this video. Click that notification button so that you'll be notified every time I make a new video. So the reason I'm finally doing my apartment tour is that because I have huge news. I am moving abroad next month, and I think it's time for me to show you what 2400 gets you in New York City. New York City is one of the most expensive places to live in the States, and apartments here tend to be really small. So I do live in a studio apartment, and I am so happy about it, regardless about the size, because of the location and the easy access to go anywhere that I wanted. So I'm going to show you this. That is the Empire State Building, and I live a few avenues away from it. I live in my favorite avenue in New York City, which is Park Avenue, and I have a subway right in front of the apartment. That is one of the perks that is not easy to get in New York City, because I was living in a 3-bedroom apartment. I have all the space that I could have, but you know, it's not that the access was difficult, it's just not as easy, and I'm much happier even though this is just a studio. I love it. I've been here for 3 years and I love it. I'm definitely going to miss it when I leave. So let me just take you. So this is my door. And this is the apartment, guys. Let me get you a kind of like a scope. So that is the whole apartment. It's a studio apartment. It's a little bit yellow because it's past noon. The sun, it shines, like, you know, the sun kind of moves and the apartment gets a little bit dark. But before noon, usually it's super bright in here. And since it's past noon, I really have to use my light, which makes it yellow, but I don't really want to use my ring light because I want to show you the apartment. So one thing about the floor is that I'm not in love with the floor, but you know, I have grown to really love this apartment. I'm making it into my own space. Yes, it's a mess most of the time because of what I do, you know, but I love it, and I'm going to show you what $2,400 gets you in New York City. Okay, so as mentioned, I live in a studio apartment in New York City, in the center of the city. Yeah, for that is why the price is $2,400, because my building, like right in front of my building, is a subway. So the closer you are to the subway, it's usually the more expensive the apartment price is. And actually, for this location, this studio apartment is the cheapest that you can ever find, because in this area, other studio apartment will be like around $3,500 or $3,000 at the very least. Like finding something at $3,000 will be insanely difficult, if not impossible. And I have a doorman, which I cannot have a building that has no doorman, just because it gives me, you know, another sense of security, because my husband is mostly abroad, so that's where he works, and he only comes here every few weeks and only here for like, you know, a week at a time. So most of the time I'm alone. That's why having a studio is not such a big problem for me, because most of the time it's just for me, and when my husband comes, it's more like a visit. And yeah, so the doorman, you know, like the really close proximity to the subway, and having, believe it or not, having an elevator is a luxury in New York City. So you can find a lot of more affordable or cheaper apartments if you have a walk up, let's say. So you don't have an elevator, there's no doorman, so things can get cheaper. Or if you have to walk like 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks away from the subway. So it is possible, you just have to look for it. Having, you know, packages and stuff like that, it just makes everything easier. You know, dry cleaning packages, it's just so much easier than waiting around for the UPS guy or something like that. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the tour. And yeah. So when you enter, this is what you see. Everything you see is the apartment. On the left is what I call the living area, kind of. So I have this rack from IKEA. It's very useful. I use it a lot. Also for the store, and like if I have shows and stuff like that, I hang my camera back over there. That is from Derek Lam. I think it's like super old. And my umbrella, so that I don't forget if there's a rainy day. And I'm hanging, like, because it's now like in the middle of winter, so I'm hanging all my coats there so that it's easy access, grab and go. And you know, you see my boots over there in the bag. And on the top there are 3 boxes. They are also from IKEA. I store all my envelopes, you know, and my mailing kind of things like stamps and stuff, postcard, you know, and cards over there. And then I have this vintage mannequin, which is usually naked, but today I put my vintage Adele Simpson robe dress kind of situation. And I usually put my hats on top of it so that it's just easy, grab and go if I need to go. And I have these 3 floating racks on top of it with this decorative what do you call it, decorative branch that I got from the like the plant shop. This is a friend, not, well, you could say a friend, but someone that I know, and her husband is an artist, so this is one of his works. I think paintings of naked women are very beautiful. And it used to be a spot for my Epi Alma, the red Alma Louis Vuitton, but it has now moved to my husband's home, because I've been moving some of my stuff there. So now it's the home for the boy. And moving on to the sofa, I got this sofa just randomly from Wayfair because I just need a 2-seater, considering the size of this apartment. It was super cheap, and I didn't really care about it because I was just gonna put pillows on top of it. So I chose beige. Think about it, I should have maybe chose a more fun color. So yeah, this is just from Wayfair. And then these pillows are, I think, from Century 21, and this probably is from TJ Maxx. These are like sheep rug from eBay. This stool is from Urban Outfitters. I usually just put magazines on top of it. And there's a lucite kind of side table. I don't know if you can see, it's clear. I have this artwork which I'm going to bring. This is a poster by Guru. He's like a famous artist that did a lot of illustration for Dior back in the day for their for the magazine. And I have my Dior lady, my Lady Dior there, and a few fashion books. I have so many fashion books, so they're literally all over the apartment. And this rug is from Afghanistan. This is handmade and it's very, very beautiful. And we bought a few. Well, my husband bought a few when he was there, and it's just beautiful. So that is kind of like the living area. I rarely actually sit on the sofa because I tend to spend a lot of time in my bed or this table. So to the left is the living room, and on the right is the dining table slash work. But before that, we have this kind of vintage stool, which is we use for a vanity. It has like fringes and it's velvet. It's just beautiful. And I just bought this book. It's Cartier book, another coffee table book. This one is, I use it as an art piece, but it's from the Chanel store, which I got at the flea market. I think it's just adorable. Actually, I didn't get it, my friend got it, and then when he moved, he gave it to me, and I was so happy. This is kind of like Mondrian-like print from the MoMA Museum. And here is my mirror, and that's me. This is just a random mirror from Bath Body Works. It's just a random mirror from Bath Beyond, nothing special. This is my junk closet. So this closet is used for mainly the store. I'm pretty lucky that we have huge closets in this apartment. I'm just gonna show you. It's a crazy, but it goes in really deep. I'm not even gonna show you, it's a mess. But yeah, this closet is mainly for the store purposes. I have more storage. Sorry, I have more storage in the basement of the store, but this is this really helps too. Okay guys, so this is the dining area, as you can see. I got this table and chair from Craigslist, and yeah, I think it was just like one day randomly I wanted to have a dining table. I used to have a study table instead, which I got rid of, and I really was thinking a dining table would be cute. Me and my husband, when he's in town, we can like have breakfast or something like that. So I decided I really want a dining table, and I didn't really want to spend a lot of money, so I went to Craigslist, which is really resourceful. Everyone in New York uses that. And yeah, so here is kind of the dining table. I will go closer so you can see what's on the table. Okay, so this table is kind of like sometimes my workstation kind of area. So my laptop is sometimes either here or on the bed. This is a beautiful like a vintage Indian, not Indian, sorry, African skirt that I use to just like sometimes to cover stuff, or just it hangs there, and like whenever I need a little bit of warmth, I can put it over me. And yeah, so this is just a bunch of random crap, you know. It's a catch-all. It has like a bunch of things that is overflowing at the time. This I just got recently. I've been obsessed with like little like china for, you know, keeping little things like this, and it's just beautiful. This is one of my favorites too. It's another vintage one, and it's like marble. It's just so adorable. It's so beautiful. I love it. This tray, I love this kind of trays. I used to be obsessed, and I had so many of them. Basically, this one is vintage. This is just a Tiffany silver care kit. I think it just looks cute there. And some random pine, like a perfume, vintage perfume bottle with no perfume in it. This is a recent score. It's a Tiffany clock. I really love it. I love this clock. Some random candles, and I always try to have either plants like leaves or flowers. For this week is this beautiful white roses, and I'm gonna move the candle a little bit because I think it's not a good idea for it to be so near to the flower. Okay, so I'm gonna back up a little bit. So that's the dining area, and on top of the dining area we have this beautiful light. It's kind of like I think I got it like it's vintage. I think I got it like in one of the vintage stores. And 2 marble shelves from CB2 where I have all my fashion books, and a dying snake plant, and I keep my Chanel boxes there too. They're empty except for the 2 scarf ones on the top, the thin ones. They have scarves in them. And yeah, more books and a picture of me and my husband when we were dating 11 years ago. Okay, and moving on, behind the dining area we have this bookshelf from IKEA, which is not my favorite. Never ever really buy things from IKEA. They're just not the cutest thing ever. But I was thinking I would only live here for a year, so I didn't really want to. Alright, so this, I have a wooden screen. This is like a vintage wooden screen. It's just so beautiful. I put some hooks on it so that I can hang my scarves and some bags. And this bookcase just has like everything, all this, you know, compartments for random stuff. I don't know, like a person can just have so many random things. I have my printer there with all the papers. There's a compartment for receipts. There's a compartment for random stuff, and yeah. And then I put some of my bags there, as you can see. And then these are all my Chanel and Louis Vuitton jewelry, and these 2 are scarves, and the others are jewelry, and another fashion books. And I have 2 Chanel boxes which are kind of empty. I think it has it has like random stuff in it, not the bags. More books, Gucci bag, a vintage crocodile bag, my favorite summer bag, which is, you know, the Jane Birkin kind of the Jane Birkin style bag. The 2 boxes, the white one is from Paris. It's for my mini square that I purchased from Paris. And those are 2 Tiffany boxes for our wedding rings. So yeah, let me back up. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Okay, and to the left, it's the closet and bathroom area. As I mentioned, we have huge closets here despite the size, despite the fact being that it's a studio. I hang this beautiful silk slip there. It's vintage. I love it. These are my closet. These are for shoes that I wear every day, kind of. So yeah, so it's really useful. It's not the most beautiful thing to be looking at, but it's useful. This is the bag from Rue Cambon when I bought my mini square like 2 years ago. Okay, so closet, such a mess. This is where I store my handbags on this row, and then these are for linen and towels. These are for clothes, gym clothes, you know, layering pieces. And these bottom ones are for shoes that are related to dance, you know, sneakers, tap shoes, heels for classes and stuff like that. Okay, and then we have another one that is as big as the one that I showed you by the door. This is where all my clothes are, and some of my husband's, most of his stuff has already been shipped away, so only like I would say 20% from the rack is his. So these are all just the clothes. I kind of like by color a little bit, so I'm not really particular about it. And I have all my shoes below. Some are in boxes and some are just like laying there. I have way too many shoes. Okay, so this is the bathroom, and I have this shelving thing from IKEA. Okay, I hope you can see me. This is the bed area behind the wooden screen that I showed you. Alright, so here is the bed. It's again from IKEA. I thought it was romantic. I'm okay about it now because I think lots of people have the same bed, so I'm not really happy about that. And I like white, so I like white duvet cover and pillows and sheets, so that's about it. And two photographs of me and my husband. And I have this kind of like by the window area. I just put my plants and a few Tiffany boxes and books, and I have this like really old laptop that I still use sometimes when I need to use, and this antique lamp from the 40s and some perfume, you know, little knickknacks. And here we have the table that is, this is a mid-century table. It extends like this. It's like you can extend it like that, and then the other side you can also extend. It is actually for having tea because there's a tray on the top that you can lift. But I use it as my TV table. I was trying to put the TV hanging on the wall, but the handyman that I hired to do that screwed up the job, was not able to hang it, and I did not want to hire another one because I was traumatized. So I decided to just put it on this table. I have a few, I have all my Chanel shoes there with the random red sandals that are not Chanel. And yeah, so my old TV from the old apartment. There's a stool next to it with a dying monstera, and more fashion books, and this cute little jewelry box from Velvet, which I have been hunting for bigger ones lately, but I haven't been able to find. But I saw this one and I couldn't resist because, you know, it's beautiful and it doesn't want to open. Let me see. Okay, so it finally opens. It's like an old jewelry box with like the musical. It's just beautiful. And it's an old stool. I purchased this also from another vintage store. I love martinis, so I think that is cute. I will hang it in our new home. So yeah. And then you go in another shelf from IKEA. This is my designated kind of vanity area. So it has all of the, you know, skincare area over here with my everyday jewelry. More jewelry. These are for like my silver jewelry. This lamp is the pair of the other one by the bed. These are my perfume section. Kelly Kalash is my favorite recently. As you can see, it's more than halfway gone. And this is random knickknacks. This, I put my coins and stuff there. I put my earrings there too. Another picture. This was 11 years ago. Love this mirror. This is like a vintage mother of pearl mirror. This loop, which is really useful when you're shopping for jewelry and stuff. Okay, in second row, this is for my sunglasses and my gloves. This is the electronic bin, so all the chargers and everything. This is jewelry bin, so all the jewelry goes here. The ones that are not really like everyday. And this is makeup, so my makeup here. This is more like skincare makeup products, like spare ones, you know, like extra ones. It's here. More shoes here because, you know, you always need more shoes. More bags here. More like flat tote and stuff like that here. So yeah, that is how the bed looks like. Okay, and then so when you enter from here, you have all this, like you have the bed and this, and then you have the tiny kitchen or kitchenette. Oh, I have also this stool stair kind of thing because I'm too short to reach anything without it. This is, I use this as a seamless when I have photo shoot here with the model for the store. This one is just, you know, a phone and an intercom for the doorman. If there's any delivery or any visitors, they'll call me. And this is where I put my totes for shopping, grocery shopping and stuff. And yeah, so here is the kitchen. Crazy old fridge. This oven, don't really cook anymore. Microwave, and yeah, just the usual. And another window there. So yeah, and that is my window. I wish I have the Empire State view, but I don't. I have the other building view. My neighbor actually has the view to the Empire State, so that's pretty snazzy. I love my apartment despite it being really, really small, and most of you would think that this is crazy to live in such a small space, but it's so normal in New York City, and you know, there are things that are in your priority, you know, like if you really need huge space, then yeah, that should be your priority. But my priority is like to be able to have ease in terms of going from A to B and being in an area that is like super safe and yeah, and easy access to everything, because I don't need 3-bedroom. I could contain everything that I need in one studio, and it keeps me in check because then I don't buy so much stuff, and I try to, like, even though you see stuff all over the apartment, it's still kind of contained in my opinion in a way, so I don't go too crazy buying crazy stuff. So I hope you enjoy this video of me finally doing the apartment tour. Sorry for the lack of light in that section because, you know, it's because there's not enough sunlight. I really wanted to do it earlier in the morning, but you never get ready enough on time. And yeah, so this is my apartment, and this is what $2,400 get you in New York City. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comment section down below what you think, and I'll see you on my next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.